And the stream begins. Exclusive 5 seconds for the YouTube audience as we start our stream. You can see I'm using the new title screen, which it's not really a new title screen so much as it's the old April thumbnail art. If you haven't got the chance to see it, this is a finished version. And we'll be starting a new one today. I just have so many things open. I need to figure out what I can close. This is overwhelming. Well, it's not really that overwhelming. I'm going to be honest. I also found out that apparently if you tweet too much, like with like links and stuff, Twitter thinks. Okay, let's just check that my stream's actually up. Is it running? I think so. I also should check that I have enough storage space for the stream VOD, because it'd be bad if I didn't. VODs only take up like 5 gigabytes. Tadas Principle 2, its video files are so big. They're like 20 gigabytes each file. It's insane. Anyway. Yes, so, I forgot what I was saying, just like completely. Just my brain just went... what was I going to say? Oh yeah, apparently that Twitter, if you tweet too much of like links and stuff and self-promotion, it like flags you, it like shadow bans you because it flags you as like a spam bot or something. And I'm just like, okay, I don't particularly want that to happen, so I'm not doing my tweets anymore until I get more active on Twitter actually saying stuff. But I'm gonna be honest, I have like nothing to say. I don't know how people tweet because I'm just like, I have nothing to talk about. That's not true. I guess it's because I already spend most of a large portion of my day speaking in Animal Crossing about nonsense. But anyway, sorry, that's enough of me rambling. 2 minutes. We are going to do, because I have a pub quiz, I think tomorrow. I think it's still on. I didn't actually check. But we're going to be doing some Protobowl. But we didn't get to do that in the initial crosswords in the first stream ages ago in March. And then we'll be continuing on with Chants and Sennaar, and then of course finishing off with drawing the May thumbnail art as we transition here. So this is Protobowl, I suppose, if you've not seen it yourself. I don't know if there's a way I can show the link on the screen if people want to join, because I thought it would be fun that is that like I can't add text. Hold on, create new, display text. Okay, and then I can just make it say that. Cool. Let's not make it pure white, I suppose. Let's make it like a pinkish colour. Seeing as that's a sort of colour for math. Where'd it go? I have no idea where it went. Transform. How do I center to screen? Oh, I just made it really small. Oh, no, wait, I turned it upside down somehow. Like this? Can you see it like that? There you go. So, if you're in the audience and you want to sort of test your might against myself, you can play on Protobowl yourself. You can join this room, hopefully, if it's set up properly. And yeah, I mean, I'm just going to be doing this so I can get ready for the pub quiz tomorrow. I can be like, oh, let's get some mental training in. Let's learn about pop culture, history, geography, etc., etc. And plus, I also didn't know what else I was going to play today. So, but how it basically works is if this is the Jeopardy mode, which means that the questions are a lot smaller. So if I just click like next here to go to the thing, it'll be like this, and you buzz in with what the answer is. Caught up on buttons in both, I imagine mean conjured, probably. And then you get points, but there's like a leaderboard somewhere. I guess I'm playing single player right now, so it's just this thing right here. But you can also do all of this stuff. I hope there's nothing on here which is particularly dangerous. But yeah, I mean, sometimes when I want to do a bit of pub quizzing on my mind, I'm just like, this is what I do. I've not done this, I think, for several months now, but still. I find it fun. I find trivia sort of trivia quiz sort of things fun. So this is just, I don't know, me warming up for an hour before we go into Chants and Sennaar, where I've really got to use my brain. But yes, I guess let's not allow pauses. Let's just keep it going forevers. Two-word canine for Vincent Cole. It wasn't Cujo. I have no idea what this means. I also find that with a lot of these, I'm just like, I have no clue what on earth any of these are. Which makes me just sort of go like, am I dumb? Maybe. Thanks to Bobby Thompson's home run, this team won pennant. Downing with Dodgers in a 9-51 playoff. I don't know. Knicks. Okay, Giants. You can buzz in, and if you get it wrong, by the way, you also lose score. So, you know, it's my goal. I will try and not just sort of sit here and not answer questions, to be honest, but I mean, if I genuinely don't know the answer, there's no point in me really buzzing in, right? And we're just sort of seeing how many of these I can get right. US Naval Academy, okay. Obviously, we're still very American. Simple past tense of forbid. Forbade? Okay, nice. I don't really know the different types of tenses, so this makes it rather difficult. Even in a poem called Desert Places, he wrote, the ground almost covered smooth in snow. I don't know. I don't even have a guess. Robert Frost, okay. I mean, if I were to guess an American poet, fair enough. Hello, Fadian. Oh, yeah, hold on. This Protobowl thing is going to cover the chat. I didn't think about that. Let us move it. I can't really see it properly. Over here somewhere? Is that okay? There you go. I'm training for a pub quiz tomorrow, so yes. Now there are more people here. If you want to join in, you can get in on that link, and you can see how well you'll do against me. I don't know if I can make the quiz just sort of go automatically. Let's see. Show allow about skip questions? No. Read speed. Show chat messages. Distraction free mode. What is this? And you can change your name over here. Individual, create team. No, I mean, you can reset your score if your score goes too low. I don't know if I can make it so it just continuously goes. I guess maybe it just has to manually be done. I don't know. Anyway, if you fancy yourself a good quizzer, get in here. Olympics, what, 1988? A little alliteration. Squash, badminton, table tennis. That makes way more sense. That makes way more sense. And these things up here are like clues for it. Shameful gain as filthy this. I don't know. Ends in re, not lucre. I don't even know what that word means, to be honest. Justin Kaplan looked over two sides of an author, 1967, about Mr. Clemens and this man. I don't know. Obviously, a lot of these questions are going to be far above my sort of ability or what I can expect from a pub quiz. But I don't know. I feel like it's nice to learn about these sort of things, right? I'm basically reading Wikipedia in the most inefficient way possible. This is You're Fired. There you go, The Apprentice. Which I've not seen for ages, to be perfectly honest. British protests over university fees include an attack on the car of this not young royal couple. I can't even like comprehend. Hold on, I need to like slow down read speed. It's too fast for me to read out loud. This is the email address. Diarist of Winston Smith. Okay. From a Latin latro robber, it's a non-violent crime of stealing personal property like money. Larceny? Let's try it. Oh yeah, it is larceny. You gotta press spacebar to buzz in, and then the floor is yours to type answers. Those featured, like one at Fiocco, can reach more than 2,000. I guess it's like a volcano. All right, we're on a roll here. Gotta keep the score going. Keep the score going. Rise and fall of this New York governor. Another thing I was thinking of doing actually was also it's too fast. Is it still too fast? Turn down even more. You can be here for vibes, you know. That's always what it's here for. This is like I'm in the gym. I'm doing like my own personal training, mental training, I suppose. You know what? Now I think about it, I think a reason that the chat is so light is because I turned down the opacity of it. So I bet it's like displaying transparently over things, because that is like not readable on this sort of thing. But unfortunately, okay. Well, you know, we'll fix it next time. Or I guess if any time to fix it, this is probably the time to try and fix it. I don't remember how I did it though. So where is it stream elements? Is that right? Yes, okay, I think. Dashboard. Where is these things? Is it not stream elements? Elements, right? Overlays, no? Yes, okay, Twitch chat, edit. Is it because I turned on the opacity? I bet it is, though. Settings. Maybe not. Background color? Because my notes of this. Does the timer stop if you buzz in to allow you to type? Yeah, the timer does stop. Oh no, I haven't turned down the opacity. Okay, you know, whatever. It would just have to be unreadable in this. I guess I could put a background, but I'm not going to. It's the official language of Qatar. I'm going to assume Arabic. Editor George Davies' NYC house was also home to W.H. Auden, Gypsy Rose Lee, and this, The Heart is a Lonely Hunter author. Oh yeah, you can also only buzz in after the thing's finished reading out loud, I suppose. I have no idea if this is McCullers. In 2007, the Mint issued a $5 commemorative coin celebrating the 400th anniversary of the founding of its colony. 1607? What? Jamestown, okay. Actor factor, the care and raising of young children. I don't even know what this means. Actor factor? Huh? Upbringing. I'm gonna be honest, I don't even know what this sort of theme thing is meant to mean, but they're meant to be relevant. They're meant to sort of give you hints, right? Because I guess it's the Jeopardy sort of category it's in. I don't know what any of this is. But the other thing I thought about possibly doing today would be doing human benchmark. But I was like, I don't really know if I'm in the mood to do that. But that's the thing where it's like it sees how fast you can type, etc., etc. Hey, look closely if you do. You should. You'll see that there are 6 uses of these 2-word items used in writing. Now 8. 2-word items used in... What does that even mean? Punctuation marks. That's a clever answer. Or a clever question. And 20 is for the science of which the numbers themselves are an important part. I'm going to assume maths? It's not maths. Or mathematics. Library science. Okay, fair enough. Even more meta than I might have imagined. Crowned at Reims in October 1380, this country's Charles the Mad suffered 44 bouts of insanity during his reign. Reims. French? France. I should have guessed. You know, and you got to be daring with these quizzes. It was the thing I found when I was younger, because I did this sort of like university challenge thing back in year 7 or something. But the problem I had with it was like I was so afraid of getting the answer wrong that I would like never buzz in the first place, when there were so many questions which I could have answered. And to be fair, there were some I would have got wrong as well. But it's just like, come on, you got to buzz in. Paid my respects to the Ugandan monastery in its capital of Mongolia. I don't think I know the capital of Mongolia. I mean, it's one I'll probably reckon. Oh, never mind. I just straight up did not know that. Ulaanbaatar. That is me. You know, it's fair. It's a plague that affects us all, I'm sure. Theatre. Returned to Scotland in 1996. Sometimes also the questions just straight up don't make sense. Because I have no idea what this even means. It's just part of a course of whatever export process they used for Jeopardy. Dried grapes. Raisins? I don't know what a transposition word means. But, sure. I think I just think for too long. It's hard to think quickly, I suppose. It's a muscle you got to practice and train. But human benchmark could be a fun one to do, I think, in a future stream. Basically sees how fast you can type. It sees how how good your memory is for like numbers and patterns. But, you know, right now we're doing a different sort of brain training. We're crossing science scene. I don't think you might have wanted to be here, Ali. It seems like your sort of jam as well. Oh yeah, also the picture questions don't work because they don't show you a picture. So you can just guess if you really want, but... He started a book business from his home in 1873. His son William joined the forces G. Clifford Noble in 1917. I don't know. Barnes, okay. I mean, makes sense. Some sort of book publisher brand. As the most flexible joint in the body, the shoulder has the greatest vis. ROM for short. This is range of motion. Or movement. Sorry, I actually got it wrong. Executive clemency can lead to this, reducing the severity of a punishment. And it probably starts with C, because that's normally what that sort of quotation mark C means. A commutation. Have not heard of that word before, to be honest. Peter Green's A Laughter of Aphrodite. Tell us about the life and times of this ancient poetess. I should probably go at a slower pace. I should not immediately just go on to the next quiz. Let's give some room to breathe. Oh, it's Sappho! Sappho and her friend. I didn't think about that. Not that I know many ancient poetesses, to be honest. L. Frank Baum Oz's book includes these underground folk spelled without a silent G. Gnome? But without a silent G makes sense. We should have got this one. We should have. Utterly disrespectful of us. John Lloyd Wright, son of Frank, created this presidential construction toy. This is Lincoln Logs, which I only know from like Rhett and Link or something. From one sketch they had where Link was giving Rhett what's it called? A job reference or something, and then I don't know, he was building a thing out of Lincoln Logs. I don't know why I remember that, but I do. Charlotte Dundas. Early steamer was powered by an adaptation of a Watt engine linked to one of these in a stern well. I don't really know what you're asking me. A paddle wheel? Okay. I mean, I guess that's the only distinctive part of a steamboat I could really know about, I guess, apart from the steam engine. Fair enough. In 1989, the Union of Is, its official English name since 1885, was changed to the Union of Myanmar. Oh, Burma. And he's in there. On the board, 1600. That's worth a lot, to be fair. For just knowing what Myanmar is. Slang for angry. It's also a type of subject that makes you angry. And it's probably got so in it. Mad? Sore. Okay, yeah, I can see that. Sore subject, right? I can click to report you if you're wrong. This brand was the first to put a widget in cans of its draft beer to create this creamy head on a pint served in a pub. Widget in cans? What widget can you put in a can? Guinness. I mean, okay, fair enough, I guess. But could have just named a beer brand, I suppose. To erase this from a disc is to de-vis, German whose name is... I can't even read this. De-flux. De-goss. Okay. I was typing Guinness. I'm too slow. You attempted an invalid buzz. You gotta get your buzz in. 19th century scientists thought part of the atmosphere might conduct electricity. We call it this year. I guess this is isosphere? Ionosphere. Apparently I got that correct despite the fact I spelled it really wrong. This also happens because it tries to give you the answer if you're somewhat close to it. But sometimes it will just give you it even if you're completely wrong. So I will take it. Disgusted, he calls Claudius's court an unweeded garden that grows to seed. Claudius, I don't even know. Hamlet, okay. Shakespearean. A ticket stub from a concert at this outdoor venue, the summer home of a LA Philharmonic. So when did a Philharmonic Orchestra play? An outdoor venue, I don't know. Hollywood Bowl. Oh. I thought that was a bowling alley. To distinguish it from another river of the north is usually added to the name of this river that flows into Canada. I can't say I know any Canadian rivers, so that is a difficulty. I think of how to contribute to this. I'm actually going to... Hold on. I'm going to bring the link as well, slightly upwards. Because I realise it's sort of overlapping now with a... Okay, well, I can't because it just locks itself to the bottom. Well, okay, you know, whatever. The Red. No clue. Lonely Boy, this band that's more than just piano parts. Lonely Boy. Black Keys. I can't say I know. A 1997 film about guys who take it all off popularised this phrase, its title. Reveal all. I'm pressing space, by the way, it's not working. I think you might be typing something right now because your nickname has been here and that normally only appears if you're typing. It's not working for you already? That might be why yours isn't working, but you can't buzz in if this dark blue bar is still going. You can only buzz in this light blue part if you're... Actually, it would say you attempted an invalid buzz. I don't know, to be honest. I mean... You were chatting? Okay, fair enough, fair enough. Resolved. I don't know why it's not working for Ellie, unfortunately. You'll just have to know in your heart if you get a question or not. This baseball term for a substitute batter, this is a pinch hitter. Social, apparently, that category. Canute IV and Nato the Holy, the country who ruled. Oh. Anglo. Denmark. In 1978, this British-American rock group experienced some double vision. Oh, Blur. Oh, honestly, that's a good guess. That's a really good guess. Foreigner. And if at any point you want to like reset your score because you don't like having negatives, you can just reset it over here. I'm not really too fussed about what score people get, to be honest. This is all for the expansion of a mind, isn't it? We're all here to learn a thing or two and hopefully take something away. Or not, I don't know. Okay, Gene Hackman's a name I recognise, but I've literally no idea who they are. Proper words in proper places make the true definition of this. It's elementary, according to Strunk and White. I'm going to guess poetry. Damn. Style. Okay. We got you surrounded. Brazil, Argentina, Bolivia. So it's, oh, we're buzzing. Paraguay. Nice one. I want to say, there's a naturally occurring monolith. I don't even know what. This is probably a picture round. Always hard. It's hard to picture the countries around the place, eh? Mary Macaulay, known as this for bringing water to the Patriots of a battle on Monmouth. Me, what? Molly Pitcher. Okay. More US presidents have died on this month and day in different years than any other. Christmas. Oh, that'd been interesting. I was going to think about Ides of March, but I was like, I don't know why. Won't make any sense. July 4th, okay. The firework accidents. This twist candy was used to make a shoe Charlie Chaplin ate in the Gold Rush. Oh. I think it's probably licorice. Unfortunately. the more American term, I suppose. Even when... Well, actually, it's not an American term, is it? Now I think about it. Even when... but laces make sense because of it being a shoe. Whatever. I guess I don't need to read it out every single time, right? Because otherwise I can't have banter dialogue over the top while also reading it out. But I also can't read at the same time while trying to speak about something. I mean, maybe I can, but let's try and disconnect my brain from the one which processes the questions going on. Hollandaise. To see if I can sort of like do the simultaneous thing at the same time. I don't think that's particularly possible. That should be a human benchmarking thing for multitasking. Because if I remember the human benchmarking, it's been like almost a decade, I think, since I've done it, where like a random friend introduced it to me. But there was a typing test, there was like a visual memory test where it's like, can you remember the square shapes or something? There's like a sequence memory, number memory. I don't know why there's so many memory things, because I feel like there's more things to benchmark humans on than memories, to be honest. What else was there? I don't know, but there's something like those sort of things. Skimpy, wow. Rachel Ray's dancing over Star's dress. I don't know how anyone's meant to know that. I guess maybe that's the first like proper usage of it or something. Popularization use of it. And then, what was I going to say about the human benchmark? Yeah, like multitasking should be one. It reminds me of a game I used to play back on Congregate Games, maybe? You know, one of those gaming sites. It wasn't Miniclip, I can tell you that much. It was no! I lost the buzzer race. Be careful you're typing as well right now, I think. Foodian. The stretchy one piece garment was named for a guy, a French acrobat. A leotard? But it reminds me of like a game I played in Congregate, which is basically just sort of like playing 6 Flappy Bird-esque style games all at once. scale? Climb. I've never seen that spelling in climb before. And this is one of the world's largest. This feels like it should be a beetle of some kind. Yeah, but I remember it because it's sort of like you play six of these games, and like they're all sort of like Flappy Bird-esque, and you like use arrow keys, and you sort of you have to press like left, right, up, down to like control these things and stuff like that. And I just remember it being really fun. And I was like, if they should keep like adding mini games to this. I don't think it would be possible, to be honest, at a certain degree, because it already had like 8 mini games you were like simultaneously playing at once, which is a little bit ridiculous, I would think. But I don't know. Anyway, well, the long and short of it is that they should have that on the human benchmark. Shout out to Bronte, one of our Bronte sisters. You know, I probably should have just guessed Bronte. It probably would have been close enough, right? Insurance entitlements. Would you share with a really good friend? Like a benefit? I don't know. Like, there's many things to sort of benchmark a human on. Yeah, understandable. Very understandable. Yeah, you should share a nice bond with a friend, right? Well, what was the exact question? Insurance entitlement. I guess, like, I don't, is a bond an insurance entitlement? Is probably, I suppose, the question you might write. You might put there, but I don't know. You can take it up with Jeopardy, not for me, because I don't know. I didn't even read this one. Whoops. But that's okay. That's part of a course. It's just so you sort of go. You do it. You do the quiz. Anyway, I remember doing the university challenge thing back in a barn on fire. Back in school time itself, which I feel like I spoke. Is it gear? Maybe it's not gear. I spoke. Oh god. I spoke about before, like in some Animal Crossing video, but it was really random things. I didn't even know what University Challenge was at the time, and then it was just like, oh, we need some really smart people to like take part in the quiz. And of course, I was, for whatever reason, when you're in school, especially the earlier years, the judgment of how smart you are, at least it was in our school, was basically how good at maths you were. So it was just basically me and this other person who we were both like the top of maths. So like, okay, they're the ones who can ich bin ein Berliner. Fnakuchen. Well, we were ones who like signed up for it because they were like, oh, you know, DeerDarling, this person should do it. And I was just like, I have no idea what's going on. Anyway, I was not one of it. I was, you know, maybe I'm like in the top 5 of my class of like these sort of general knowledge, like pub quizzy-esque sort of things. But certainly I should not have been in the top 2 of a thing, because I remember I was doing it with that friend, and then that friend pulled out, and then like another friend I think did it with me instead. And then later on, like, where there was this other friend I had who was like really good at like pub quiz, and like he like represented the school and like these university challenge things. He was actually on University Challenge at some point. He should have been doing it all along, to be honest. His general knowledge is crazy. What's going on? Didn't even tell us the answer to that one. So yeah, I don't know. That was my experience at University Challenge. And I always think about the one question I answered, because I was like, this is a time for me to actually like buzz in and say a response. So I wrote one of errors. I don't even know what that means. A comedy of errors. Okay. But it was one where the question was something like, what popular kids TV show is something 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 and features characters like Big Bird? And I buzzed in and I was like, Sesame Street. That's what I remember. And I was like, it's correct. And I was like, yes. I did it. Tell stories. Shinashi. And that just sort of sticks in my memory. There was also another one which was just like what color a ruby was. And I remember being like, you know it's red, you know it's red, you know about gemstones, come on, buzz in. And I just didn't, for no apparent reason. Well, at least I'm glad I've sort of gone over that part of my life, you know, and I actually buzz in for quizzes. If anything, my reactions are too slow, I think, for those sort of quiz things. I mean, I think they're faster than the average person's probably, but they're not fast enough for someone who would actually do these sort of... Oh, that makes sense, algebra. For someone who actually does these sort of quizzes, or like who... You know, for like video game, for like a gamer, I suppose, my reactions feel like we're kind of slowish. Medicaid, Medicare. I actually also thought it was called Medicare. I didn't know it was called Medicaid, but... So yeah, I don't know. I mean, last time we had a pub quiz. You can fix stained glass with solder? A fraud or a fake? With H. Hoax. Ah! I thought a bit too slow. I should have buzzed in and then thought about it more. The giant squid. I forgot what I was going to say about this now. Yeah, in the previous pub quiz we had, there was actually like a buzz-in round. And honestly, you know, I didn't actually buzz in all that often. Or like at all. Mainly because I didn't know any of the answers. There was one I did know. And it was basically like you buzz in and you say if it was true or false. Oh, I know this one. Buzz. Fermat. Fermat's last theorem. This is probably overfishing. And then the one... Okay, technical knockout. I'm on a roll here. I don't know this one though. But I remember the question. The question was, Opal is... no, maybe it wasn't a true or false. It was you had to answer. And then, oh yeah, that was it. If you weren't the one who buzzed in, the rest of the team say if they think it's true or if they think it's false. And I remember it. The thing was like, what month is the birthstone of Opal? And I was like, I know, October. Thank you, Hamtaro Heartbreak. The person who plants the fruit pips ever grow. A farmer? What? Cedar. Ah, tree homophones. I get it now. And I knew the answer was October, but someone else buzzed in and just very confidently said December. And everyone was like, well, if they buzzed in that confidently, we must know it's true. And I was like, I know it's wrong. And yeah, I don't really have much else to that, but that's the only time I tried to buzz in. Actually, one of my friends did buzz in for like I'm a celebrity, get me out of here thing, I think. And then you I also thought it was worm, but I was just like, annelid? Earthworms! You got robbed. You got very robbed there. I expect another read in chat. How do I have time to think of tree homophones? You very much got robbed. that earthworm should have been yours. I was going to say a pyramid scheme, but a Ponzi scheme, that makes so much more sense. I was like, there's no way there's an Italian-American con man called Pyramid out there. Having keen vision, 5-4. This is eagle. I lost the buzzer race. That's alright, you knew the answer anyway, so. Oh, this is funky, this one. Oh, you're on a roll. The earthworm. It got you fired up, Eddie. Look at all the questions you're getting. What do you... I should probably know this. Is this Mussolini? Yes. Thank you, GCSE history. What was I talking about? I don't know. I guess quizzes in general, to be honest. Quizzes are just kind of fun, to be honest. Margaret Thatcher, that makes sense. Makes a lot of sense. Who else would it be? Hair and nails. Hair and nail specialist. Really? Oh, I guess it makes sense. Does it make sense? I don't know if it makes sense. I said it makes sense because I'm just taking it to be as it is, you know. I've genuinely no idea. I'm trying to think of like other quiz things. Like, oh, Ticketmaster makes a lot of sense. I had a lot of controversy recently, Ticketmaster, haven't they? Because they've got like this adaptive price system, right? Where when more people start buying the tickets, the price of the tickets go up or something. That makes sense. Because I remember seeing that about like Dropout. They were having like So I was just trying to think. A Borg? That's not what I would have guessed, but no, on Dropout they had a thing where we're gonna have like a live show of I don't even remember what it was. Maybe it was like a live one of their like D&D campaign things. But then they were like selling it on Ticketmaster, and then there was like a thing where the tickets like got like price gouged or whatever. Santa, okay, come on. Because on Ticketmaster, like as you buy more tickets, it gets more expensive, and it became like ridiculous or something. 100, 1,000. Oh my word. Anyway, that's the only thing I know about Ticketmaster. I don't think I've actually used Ticketmaster to actually buy anything. I've not really bought many tickets, to be honest. I'm trying to think of like things. ASPA. I'm trying to think of things like I've actually bought like tickets for in the first place. Like obviously concerts are a thing, and I've been to a surprising amount of like classical music concerts, but these have been like school trips or things like or things that I very much did not buy the tickets for in the first place. I'm trying to think, have I ever like actually bought like a ticket to like a concert or an event or something? I'm not sure. On blue litmus paper. Pink? Buzz again. No! I can buzz in again. Yeah, I don't know. Like, I bought tickets to, like, League of Legends events, I think, but that's not, like, a musical concert, I suppose. I mean, I don't really go to musical concerts in the first place. All the ones I go to or think about... makes a lot more sense. Think about going to, like, because my friends want to go to it. Half a colour off. we run the entire spectrum of the things around us. A boy who couldn't grow up. Peter Pan! That makes... I didn't even think about that. Pipe. I mean, half pipe. Apparently it's one word. I didn't know that. Ryan Collins starred again recently in J.M. Barrie character. J.M. Barrie? Who's that? Polo. What? Excuse me? You know what? You take those. Polo and Peter Pan, very, very similar things. Do we think this is a barrel roll? No. What's the other roll? A loopy-loop. I guess that makes sense. What other sort of looping stunts are there, to be honest? I was trying to think of what... Because there's a one that people always think is called a barrel roll, but it's not a barrel roll. What does this even mean? Listing. Oh, I see. But because it's like everyone thinks a barrel roll is when you sort of like rotate around like the axes of I don't know how to describe it because I don't know. It's like pitch, yaw, and something else of like an airplane. I don't know how to describe it, but people think it's like you spin around the long axes of a plane. But that's not a barrel roll. That's like got a different name. A barrel roll is when you actually like sort of do this. You go up. You go up and like trace out like a cylinder, because I mean like it's a barrel, right? You're like drawing out of a symbol of a barrel, right? I don't know, fun fact for you there, because I feel like everyone knows do a barrel roll from Salman Rushdie. Everyone knows a do a barrel roll from what's that, Star Fox, right? Because that's the thing you do that sort of like turnover roll. I don't know what it's called. It's not called like a... I want to say a roly-poly, but it's not called a roly-poly. And it's always like, do a barrel roll, but it's not actually a barrel roll. It's just like a... That's not an actual barrel roll, so I don't even know necessarily how that translation came to be, but oh well. It is what it is, right? Green Valleys or Wales, okay. I feel like I've not... You know, despite the fact I was saying that this is for me to learn, I suppose, and get ready for like a pub quiz. I feel like I've not learned anything because it's sort of just like passing over me, like water off a duck's back. I'm sort of being like washed over. A in literature. Is like a bed or something? No. Abraham. Oh, Ahab. Okay. Short word beginning with A. Abraham was a good guess though. But as soon as you put that down, I was like, you're correct. I mean, it turns out you weren't, but still. Like, I thought you were. So, Marilyn Monroe. Yeah, I don't know. What other quizzy sort of things have I done? I feel like I remember talking to someone who like ran, not like a pub quiz necessarily, but it was like a quiz for like they did for like a workplace thing or something. It was titled Lady Shatley. Okay. I forgot what I was gonna say. Guanciale's cheek, isn't it? Or because I was also thinking that. I can't remember what I was gonna say. Woolly animals, Mexican. Ancient Mexican. What was I gonna say? I immediately forgot. Oh yeah, no, she was like running this quiz thing, and she said the worst part about it is the fact that everyone always contests like the answers. They're always like, no, that shouldn't have been the answer, and like there's always so much like, you know, not actual like proper fighting or anything, but like sort of a competitive arguing about whether this answer should be allowed or not. Because I mean, I think it's a bit much to expect a quizmaster to have like total recall of like all information regarding these sort of quizzes, like unless you're maybe like Jeremy Paxman or something on University Challenge or one of the other hosts. I guess, you know, there isn't that like high of expectation. Well, not, I shouldn't say there isn't that high of expectation, but there shouldn't be that high of spell it with state abbreviations. I don't know, is this a state abbreviation? Okay. Okay. They wanted me to type the states. I didn't know LA was Louisiana, so I would have got that wrong. But yeah, she said it was definitely one of the worst parts about, you know, running these sort of quiz things, or the competitive people coming out, which, you know, fair enough. You know, some people, I guess it depends on what you prioritize, like whether the answer factually correctness and things like that. And if you're competitive, you are competitive. That's kind of how it goes, right? And I remember she was just basically being like, yeah, I'm like never going to do that again, which I was like, fair enough. Yeah, I think you got to be strong-willed, or someone who's also known for being good at like quizzing, to just like shut people down with their answers, or make these sort of like ruling statements. It's amazing how quickly civil law, I guess American, right? 56 curls. What on earth? Oh, is that young child actress who? Yeah, couldn't remember her name. What? In a size spoof? This Magic Man? No, that makes sense, I see. It was brain rattle. This question rattled my brain. I was just like, what does this even mean? A landmark turns into... Oh, okay. An actor. Sure, why not? Yeah, but, what I was going to say was like, it's amazing how quickly people become competitive when it comes to these sort of quizzing things. Like, I feel like it brings out the competitive nature in everyone. You might be like, yourself included? I'm not sure, like maybe somewhat. Certainly when I was younger, I remember being like, there's this other quiz I remember where, 6-letter word. What? South Africa is not 6 letters long, but okay. It was... What? Why is it in spoof? Hello? What was I saying? Oh yeah, but like when it comes to the end of a school year, you often do these sort of fun activities. At least I think, and at least it's common in British schools, I would say. And one thing we did was, like, in one of these maths lessons was a quiz. And one of the times we did it, it was like we all split into groups and we all like made our own quizzes, which we gave and asked of the other groups. And then, you know, that way I suppose the teacher doesn't have to make up his own quiz. In a sanctum, okay. And the thing I remember is there was so much contention during that entire thing of like, oh, this question like shouldn't have counted or that sort of thing, and people just got so mad. Not like legitimately mad or anything, but it's the sort of thing where people were just like, oh yeah, this is. It was getting heated debates over like what question would be reasonable and whatnot. Like I remember one of them, like we tried to make our things themed around like subjects in school. So like we tried to pick one. We had like a maths and science one, we had like a history one, we had like a modern languages one, and we had like other things like this. And so we tried to like pick from all the different genres, because I like we tried to do fair stuff, right? And then I remember the one we did for modern foreign language, I was like, okay, let's try and pick a word which is sort of obscure but not completely obscure. So I remember it. It was what is the word for octopus in Spanish? Which in retrospect I should have done it as what is the word for octopus in either French, Spanish, or German to make it more applicable to everyone. But it's not like I was, you know, in 10 minutes thinking of the best questions that you can for this sort of quiz. I remember this person behind me got so mad at that question, being like, well, I could have just been like, what's a word for ambulance in German or something? And I'd be like, and I could have just done that 10 times. And I would, you know, at the time I didn't say anything because I was too passive, but I probably would have been like, yeah, that would have been a terrible quiz. So why would you do that? There's one question for the modern foreign language people. I'm sorry. I apologize that I only did Spanish when I should have done French, Spanish, or German, but, oh. Yeah, down feathers. Fevers. I'm too busy talking now. I need to actually do some of this quizzing now. But I just remember that, like, so distinctly in my mind. There's also another thing. I'm trying to remember the other sort of things. Like, there was some debate over, like, this historical question, which another one of my friends did, which he had, like, this sort of mini debate with a teacher about. Because it was like slightly misleading. And might I add, but no one else knew the answer in this entire thing. Like only the maths teacher and him knew it. So it's just like a pointless thing. Obviously these things were not like serious or anything, but they stick in my mind being like, wow, that was like a much more of like a burning building of a final day of quizzes than you might expect, I suppose. Good times, you know, good times. Okay. Sorry. A mouse, a princess, and some soup. I feel like I should know this. I do not know that. Disparole. Boss. New York City dry. I don't know. Boss Tweed. Okay, sure. And an internet address can compel you to guess a song title after a few notes. What does this mean? What? Eminent domain, name that tune. I straight up don't even understand what that means, but sure. Pen name. French. Nom de something. Nom de plume. Just occurred to me that this can mean the beginning of daylight or the beginning of anything. Like, oh, I was too slow. Eminent domain and domain name and name that tune. Okay, that makes a lot more sense. Meaning, for the reason that in parent speak it usually precedes I said so. Because I said so. You can't go to the aftercloud. I know some people will comment, it never understand it, but that was when I lost the buzzer race. That's so sad. Rule the world. Bum 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 ba dum 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 dum. MC Michael Sense. Michael Caine. What? That makes sense. I was trying to think of a money pun for a name. A wooden frame for executing prisoners? Gallows, okay. It's one of the Japanese sects of this form of Buddhism. I can't say I know the forms of Buddhism. Do you think Zen Buddhism is that a thing? Okay, nice. Never mind. I know one form of Buddhism. The term to follow suit originates in this pastime. Card playing. Oh, I see. I misunderstood what that meant now. Famous speeches. I don't really know what that's got to do with speeches, but they guarded the harem. Look at this, we're on a roll. Is Latin for this participant in the trial? Can I get a testes? Oh, witness? We're on a roll. Look at all these correct answers we got in a row. Is use of this type of term. Hello, Cavalcadence. We're on the tail end, the last 10 minutes of doing some Protobowl, Jeopardy-esque quiz things, which you can join in if you want to join in the last 10 minutes. Or you can just sort of vibe out, and after this we'll be doing some Chants, Sennaar. Italy. Stume. Medina. I don't have any more stories, I think, relating to quizzes, to be honest, that I can think of. I wish I did. I think I spoke about this one before, but I had a huge amount of respect for my chemistry teacher, which basically made this did not know that one. French sea on the innermost planet. On Mercury? A mare. Oh, Mercury. Mercy. Gets some occasional buffering of a stream. Oh. Unfortunately, I don't know what may be causing that still. My bitrate is in the red, though. I don't know if it's probably not great. I don't know, there is about a sort of stable bitrate, though. Hopefully, maybe it sort of eventually goes. Oh, it's back to green. I don't know. What on earth happened? Drop a letter from a type of mediator to get... I don't even know what this might mean. Pacemaker from Peacemaker. Okay. A retailer of casual apparel. Oh, I think this is a picture one. It probably gave us like the stock. What are they called? Tags? There's a lot of picture ones here. I forgot what I was going to say now. Venus flytrap. Excuse me. No, I was going to say I have a lot of respect for a chemistry teacher I had back in school who basically, yes, never heard of him, who basically had, when it came to like the quiz time at the end of a school year, when it's like, oh, let's do these fun activities, etc., etc., he had this thing which he called like Listomania, which is basically this huge quiz compendium of like 200 different subjects or something, and they were all along the lines of like, here's a subject, list the things to do with things. The only one I remember is like here like 12 horoscopes, list astrological symbols, list a horoscope signs, or like no, match them up or something, which I knew because of Homestuck. Thank you very much. And it was really, really cool. Like, at the time, I didn't think much of it. It was just like, oh, it's a cool quiz thing, we can do. But the fact that he made it, and there was like 200 different like quiz categories. I have no idea what he used it for. Maybe he used to run pub quizzes back in the day or something, and this is just something he used now that he started teaching. I think he's retired now, to be honest, and I've not seen him since I've graduated. But I hope he's doing well. I'm trying to remember like some of the things he had. I remember one actually really cool round he has. That good can be objectively found. It was something. Only means we seem you're coming, but that's no, not. Phrase V's only mean. What? Regrets? Only regrets. Oh. It's not alioli. Alveoli. I spelled it wrong, but close enough. Yeah, I think he's retired now, but I hope he's doing well, because it was a fantastic quiz things he did. Oh yeah, but the really cool round was he gave like you remember this one because it sounds like ravioli. Fair enough. I can't even think. My brain is like what. Yes, he gave like 12 images or pictures. I mean, he gave like 12 like different like how to say, like each of our animal names in 12 different languages, I suppose. So it would be like, well, it wouldn't be like cat. I guess it'd be like chat, and then it would be like perro, and then there'd be like I'm trying to think of other languages. Things like that, but it was basically you had to match up like the animal name in a different language to the picture of the animal, and I was like, that's a really cool idea of like a quiz thing. It was incredibly difficult, mind you, and sadly though, from what I remember, there was no like Chinese or Japanese or Korean on there, so made it a little bit not that I could do Korean now I think about it, but made it a little bit more difficult, I think, to actually answer them. But there was like French, Spanish, German. I feel like there was like Denmark on there for some reason. Not for some reason, I just remember it. So, after inserting a letter into a late actress's name, HUD is sold out for weeks in Kathmandu. What does this even mean? HUD. So that was a cool round. There's another one where it was just like Premier League winners and the amount of times they won, I think. Which I obviously didn't know, and the people I was with were not whatchamacallit, sporty people, so that made it particularly difficult. Steinbeck. You gotta buzz in sometimes. You just gotta buzz in. But his fatherly title. I mean, if it's Padre, is it Padre? What else could it be, I suppose? That's just one generic author I know. Sometimes you miss 100% of the shots you don't take, you know? Sometimes you just gotta send it. Mr. N. Paul Todd, an anagram of this man's name. What? Donald Trump. I see. What? Oh, okay. See, fair enough. It's the closest of the other continents to Antarctica. I'm gonna guess that's South. Wait. Or is it? Okay, you know, I already committed. I was like, does it go down further than Australia, like Tasmania does? Guess it does. I mean, if it's cold enough down in, I suppose, Chile to get penguins right out of the bottom. Green Ogre, I didn't even read it. No, so I was just like, I guess it must be, right? Good for Phoenix. Most visited. Yeah, that's fair. 2012 as well, I suppose. And I probably should have thought about the time it was released. I was like, I don't know if Facebook's the most visited now. I would assume Instagram is, but who knows? I don't know. No, I mean, that's the generational divide thing, to be perfectly honest, because, I mean, Facebook's still quite popular with older generations. I shouldn't rule them out just because of it. What tigers are there? Siberian. No, it's true. There's another type of tiger. If you get it wrong the first time, you can get it going again, you know? It's epithet. When ranking on Napoleon. Little Corporal. Was that like Napoleon wasn't actually that short or something? He was just like average or something, but it's because of like the different units of measurement from like the French foot versus or A French meter versus like the English meter or something like that. That might be false. I might have just made that up, to be honest. To Atlantis. Bahamas. Okay. Well, honestly, that's impressive that you got that typed out. But I was just like, there's no shot I'm going to be able to think of it and then type it in time. I was like, Federal Bureau of what? Investigation makes sense. I was thinking intelligence. But I was like, that doesn't sound right. Surfing. Oh, what about now? Okay, we're going to have a final question, everyone. I think this has been rather educational for all of us. I hope you all learned something. And if you didn't learn something, I hope you think that you might have learned something maybe. But this is a final one. Franny and Zooey stories are first published in the New Yorker. I can't even hazard a guess. J.D. Salinger. There you go. Congratulations, everyone. I hope you feel more learned. I hope I feel more ready for a potential pub quiz tomorrow. I don't actually know if a pub quiz is going on or anything, to be perfectly honest. So it might just be false. It may be just not a thing which is happening, but that is how she goes. I honestly don't know if I retained any of that information. Schrodinger's goes, it might be. It's a mystery to us all. You did almost catch up to me. I was very impressed. It was a well fought battle. But alas, only I can be victorious at the end because I rigged the game in my favour to make sure that I always win. This did not happen, but let's pretend it did. Because it's fun to play the villain. This is the wrong place. What it took was you continuously entertaining the stream with semi-related topics. You know, sometimes someone's got to do it. So I expect you to do it next time. As we play a bit of Chants of Sennaar. You've got to keep the conversation going next time. So I guess we'll go back. We'll come back to it next month when we have the pub quiz once again for practice. By the way, I looked it up and apparently aileron roll is the one that goes straight. Barrel roll is more of a helix movement apparently. Ah, that's it. Yes, you're right. That's a word I couldn't think of. I was like, I know I've heard of it, but it was like some word which I like never use. What were we doing in Chants of Sennaar? I know we're in this area, but I don't remember what we're doing here. Does anyone remember? We look to be in a treasure room. I don't know if I can interact with anything. Oh, no, I can. I can interact with this. Oh, I can grab all sorts of different treasures, it looks like. What am I doing with this? What am I doing with this? Okay. This looks like, to me, it's like a lift. I can lift myself up to... What am I doing with this? Okay, this guy doesn't know what to do with anything. Hamster wheel. Ah, this probably determines what height we can go up to when we pull this, I assume. I see. But we don't really know what we're doing with it yet. So while it's, I think, a fantastic... Oh, I also need to change my category. Every time I switch thing, someone needs to remind me to change category in case I don't. We're gonna increase the viewers of Chants of Sennaar by like 10%. Look at that. Just by existing. I don't know what I'm doing here. I don't know what we're doing. I don't know what's going on. What language? Is it this is all translated? Is there anything which we haven't translated? Ah, this stuff. Oh, these are the things that we saw before. Yeah, we thought this was music, and I guess we thought this was boat. I guess we don't have... I mean, this could be key. It looks like a key, doesn't it? And this one looks like scales. But I think we didn't want to do that until we got, like... Not confirmation, but a way to definitively identify it or not, if I recall. So this is... Someone looks at the stars. Oh, we don't know what any of these are. Unreadable to help unreadable. Searches unreadable. Okay. This is This is a lot of dialogue, and I have no idea what any of it means. What? We're meant to know? Okay. Oh, I see. So, okay, I gotcha. I gotcha. So this one is probably searches then. No, I pressed the wrong button. I don't know how to control this game. So, okay, this one is help. It's this symbol. And this one, presumably, is searches. And then this guy is whatever the heck that is. Help. Seek, want. Scientist. Okay, so these are the scientists. The scientist searched for something. To help something. Okay. He looks so sneaky. He does look very sneaky. I assume this is meant to be him going like a eureka situation, but he looks like he's sort of like prowling about a bit. Is that a ladder there? I thought it was a ladder there. I guess not. I don't know what we... Oh, hold on. There's a lift here. Where does this go? I don't know what sort of like unopened threads... Unopened threads? That's not a phrase I meant. Unraveled threads we still have. We can pick up another sword. Okay. Ah, wait. Is this a lobby? Okay. I don't remember, like, wasn't there a clue or something that we were meant to remember from last time? And there was like a combination we had to put in? What did you two say? You made a joke or something. Warriors wait for a boat. Musicians. Isn't... The monster waits for death. Something waits a bottle. Do you think this means guard then? Do we have a word for guard? No, we're one for warrior, I guess. Do you think this is a word for eye? Don't know. Okay, wait, can I give you the bottle? No, I can't. Okay. I don't remember what we're doing. This is, I guess it's because it's been a decent while since I've last played. We think it's an observatory scientist. Oh yeah, there's something to do with a science that we wanted to do. I'm not going all the way over here again. I forgot about that. There's a dude who wanted the wine. They joked about it to you. But who is that dude? This is bottles. Yes, okay, we went out to get bottles. Wait for death. This is weapons, which we went a bit ready. This is... Well, we think this is musicians. Which seems strange. I thought it was past their gate further along. Oh, was there something that we actually had to give to them? Okay, let's go. You know what? I'm relying on your memory here. So if this turns out to be false, you're banned. Not joking, but but that seems reasonable. So whoever it is past it who's waiting for the bottle is whatever that what was it? This symbol, wasn't it? This sort of like double Y symbol. Certainly is a difficulty with these sort of like exploration puzzle based games. It's a real nightmare trying to play them disjointedly, you know. Oh yeah, this is the observatory, and then we thought this was like the moon and the sun, and there was something else which we had to put here. But we only had the water, the wine bottle. Observatory. Oh yeah, we need to... Oh, yes, wait. We need to get this item from here, presumably. From this guy. So we can put it back in to the telescope. But I also remember the bell ringer's tower. There was like a combination or something that we had to do there. But I feel like we discovered the combination. I don't think I wrote it down, though. Or did I? Like, is it one of the things which is notes are taken off automatically? No, I guess not. I don't want to go through the whole sequence of going past the guards once again, so which I guess I don't need to anymore because that was probably where we came from with a treasury room. So I wonder if there's a particular treasure thing that we need to take from there. I don't know what we would need though is a problem, so I guess we'll sort of leave out for now. Let's try go back to... I mean, there's no point of going to weapons, bottles. I'm just going back here because I don't remember what was over here. I think this is... if I think this was the bell tower place. And we tried to look in... Oh, is this a person who wanted a bottle, maybe? I can't remember. Was it like the guy wouldn't come out or something? That sort of feels vaguely familiar to me. Is it this way? I don't know what that way is, to be honest, but... Oh, yes, it was this thing. When this person wanted a bottle. How do I... Yes, there you go. This is a person who wanted a bottle. Then what? Do I, like, hide? Can I knock on the door? Oh, someone is there. We can see a face. How do we get you to take the bottle? Don't tell me I need to get you another bottle. I guess we can look at this thing. Ah, okay. Right, so we don't know how things are, but these are the symbols that we saw back at the treasure room area. It's how many times we need to hit each thing, which I assume is going to be on the bell ringing book in the place. How do I get you to come out? So this must be like bell ringer or something, which seems like a very specific word, but... There's probably a more concise... I see you here. Get this wine bottle. Maybe I have to leave and come back, maybe? I feel like... Well, I mean... Okay. Dude, just up there. Drinking, okay. And I guess we'll sneak in and look at your book? I was going to say, this game doesn't have a precedent of doing that, about we having to leave to come back, but... Oh well, boat duty. Oh my god. Boat moon. Boat plural musicians. Boat sun. What is going on? What am I looking at? Okay, so this must be some sort of numerical system of how many times did... This probably is an instrument then. I hope you write that down. Okay, thank you. Okay, so we know bell ringer. And we think we know sun and moon. I don't really know what we do with this information, because we kind of already knew them. Bellman. It's just Bellman. It feels like highly specific to have a word just for Bellman, but... I've got to imagine these are numbers or something, or some wait, moon. Oh, never mind. I was gonna say for a second I thought these were the things to be the rankings, I suppose, of where to put the bells for the puzzle just across, but it doesn't actually look like they are, because I don't think those bells had Bellman loves a bottle. Yeah, because this had scales and stuff. These aren't the same symbols. Well, they might be the same symbols if the same symbols of like sun and moon are used, which could be an interesting caveat, I think, in the future. Symbols with the same symbol but different meanings. Can we talk to you? No? You can't explain it to us? Screenshot that book if didn't take note of it. That's probably a smart idea, and I'm not going to do it, so I can just use my mental brain power instead. Like it's boat duty time. Seems like what a ring routine is happening. Yes, but what does it mean? Pro musician. I don't remember what's over here. Ah, this is the... Probably more like hero rather than musician, right? Or is it not? Warrior carries a weapon. Warrior does not fear death. And then the musician carries an instrument. They seem to really revere musicians around here. I wonder if we can dress up as you and get past. That's an interesting idea. I didn't think about that. Wait, I should have got a better look at what you look like then. Before I just ran away. Like, hold on. I don't know if that will work or not because we need to have like red helmets. Okay, so you got like a load of dots. You got a spear and a shield. It's something maybe worth trying. I feel like the key must be in that relic room we have at the moment. Because there's no way we just got there and like got a couple of words from it and then left. Because that room is also like the observatory sort of area is where we think the scientist is, right? So presumably we have to solve whatever puzzle there is, and then we'll find the scientist who will give us the thing which we can go back to the telescope for. I don't know what on earth that telescope is going to give us, but presumably it's going to give us some constellations. We can translate those, then we can translate the book in the bell tower, and then, I don't know, then maybe something useful happens. That's my guess. That's my guess. I suppose we can get more bottles, I suppose, while we're at it. I don't know if we'll need more, or if we can even take more, but if we get the opportunity to, I don't see why not necessarily. Oh, it's this place. I forgot. This place was a bit pointless. I don't know if we can even take other bottles. Oh, it doesn't look like we can. Okay. I think we should go back to the treasure room. I think whatever key we need is over there. And key being one of the words which we had to find out how to translate into the warrior language, of course. But I'm not really sure how to go about that, to be honest. It doesn't feel like an obvious directional solution for me. And I wonder if there's a place I haven't been yet. Where was it? It was over here? It's nice of them to put swords here. I wonder if we should have put it down actually before we came down here. I don't know if we need like our hands to actually hold things, but do you even get the boat working? Doesn't look like it. Scientists, look at the stars. Because this is where a scientist is meant to be, right? Why have these relics here as well, if they're not for something? Wait, are those relics also up there as well? Because I see there's a horn. This horn is like the same as that horn almost. But goblet was... I don't think I see this anklet or the... Or circlet, I should say. Yeah, okay. I mean, that helmet's there, actually. Unless maybe that circlet is that circlet? And we could try it. I don't know what we would do, though. Actually, is that... No, it doesn't quite look the same. What was back through this way? I'm not sure I remember. Oh, it's this thing, yes. So we said that's observatory. Oh, we know for sure that's not scientist now. So this probably means like treasures or something. Maybe like treasury or something. What was down this way again? Oh, this is where we rotated the thing, isn't it? I don't think there's anywhere for us to go with that. I don't know if we can take this actually anymore. Okay, we can actually take it back down again. Just to double check that there's nothing down here for us to interact with. Oh, there was another path. Oh, okay, that's a teleport point. Right, noted. Well, we might as well leave us here then, because if we don't need it upstairs anymore, right? Okay, so what is the crux? What is the thing we need to be like, yes, this is what we're doing? I'm just sort of backtracking this way because I don't remember what was this way. Are there more words we need to... Oh, we don't know what this is. Yeah, so this is treasure. This we think was musician. It's a bit hard to tell if that's musician or not. So this we think is temple. Do we have a wall? Apparently we think this is wall. No, it's not that way. I feel like we need to know what some of these words are. Plural monster. Musician looks dope. That's so true. Build a wall. Musicians, boat. This can't mean boat necessarily. Or maybe it can mean, but... Whoa! Not going that way. I think the only thing I can think of is maybe we can don the armor and weaponry of a higher ranked guards. And maybe with that we can go to that different area, but that feels a bit tenuous. Because I think there must be a reason they made the guards red. You know? And we didn't have any red armor and weaponry, but again, I don't really know. Like, and the only other thing is maybe that knowing what some of these words might have been would have been illuminating. You know, maybe let's put the light back here. There might have actually been a clue looking at these, because I know this is like the constellations. Like we had this thing here. Maybe there's a way for us to know. And maybe actually, I didn't actually consider this, but maybe this game doesn't expect you to be able to work out every word just from like conversational clues. Because I remember, well, not I remember, but that, you know, maybe they want us to be able to use pictograms as a way of deducing what some of these words are. Which is fair, actually. And if we were to do that, well, the thing is, I don't even know what this could be. Because there's no way this is this is referred to musicians. I mean, this kind of looks like a key. You know, this probably is a key, because this probably is the pictogram for it, right? And maybe that scales, because it goes like this, right? So maybe this isn't that one. This should be this one then. Yeah, okay. Vessel. Instrument. Okay, so I think this is one which was meant to be found by looking at the constellations, right? So now we can go back to the bell tower. And now we can actually translate most of that book. I'm not really sure what that bell tower thing is going to do for us, to be honest, but because it was like sun, vessel of a sun, vessel of a moon, and then it had combinations that we could input, which seems strange, because I don't know what that would mean. Because what like one of them, it was vessel of sun, vessel of a moon. I wish I remembered the other ones, but unfortunately I don't. Actually, while we're here, we might as well check her weaponry. Not that I think. Actually, there's no guards this way, so there's no harm in really doing it, right? We don't need our current desire. Wait, there's not weaponry. Oh, we might know more of this now, actually. Push monsters. Okay. Warriors sure have a lot of duty, huh? Something musicians. Do you think this is protect then? Maybe like protect or worship? Because they seem to sort of revere the musicians, right? Who I must imagine are actually the next level, and that must be the next language we learn. Carry a weapon, okay, it's just loops. Okay, so we actually probably can't do the spear and shield tactic because we had to get past those guards, and I don't think they'll allow us to do that. So, let's just go to the bell ringer's tower. Let's ring these different bell combinations, figure out try and figure out what's going on, and then from there, well, we'll just sort of see what happens. I just clicked off the screen. There are many paths that open out and unfold before us. So seeing is believing when it comes to dreaming. You know what I mean? I don't know what I mean. So we know, okay. Let's have a look at the bell towers. So this is a... Wait, is that not the same word as vessel? Oh, it's not the same word as vessel. So this probably isn't boat. Because that's what we thought it was used for. It was used on the diagram of like setting sail to go forth. So that's probably not boat. I guess we'll see what it does when we ring the bells in this order. And then decide. Key, vessel, balance, instrument, vessel. Moon, musicians, sun. I guess we'll just do this. So key, vessel, balance, instrument, vessel. 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 Let's see what it does. Is bell ringer not going to be mad at us for doing this? Because he's just going to be like, who's ringing these bells? That's my job. Oh. Ah! Right, it's calling someone over. Okay, well. So this is probably like... Wait, are these verbs or these not verbs? Hold on. No, these are nouns. No, these are verbs. No? Maybe? I don't remember. So this is probably call. So that was us calling a soldier. So do we want to call the sun, the moon, or a musician? Let's call the moon. Oh, I mean, it's already nighttime. That's a good point. Vessel, balance, balance, instrument, instrument. Let's call the sun. Vessel, balance, balance, instrument, instrument, right? Vessel, balance, balance, instrument, instrument. I like how it actually changes it here as well. That's interesting. So if this society worships music and then everyone just recognizes this bell tune and goes like, oh, I know what this means. Why? Okay, so maybe it's not actually calling a guard. Maybe we're just doing it wrong and they're like, what is going on? Or it's probably yeah, it's probably it's an inappropriate thing to ring, because this is probably the morning call. This is the nighttime call. Instrument, instrument, key, balance, vessel. Instrument, instrument, key, balance, vessel. So we got to say, hey, it's nighttime. And then people will be like, oh, I guess that means the shift is over. What was it? I immediately forgot it. Instrument, key. What was it? Instrument, key, balance, vessel, vessel? Was that right? Let's go check again. My mind says instrument, key, balance, vessel, vessel, but... Oh, instrument. I would have got it wrong. Instrument, key balance vessel. We're going to remember it as ikbv. Okay? Ikbv, everyone. Ikbv. Sorry, ikbv. Ikbv. Ikbv, I'm Berliner. So I've seen this. Well, I don't know what we're going to do. Everyone's going to go to sleep and rent what? I guess maybe we can get past the musician cards. Run. Why? Okay. Well, I mean, we've only got one more to try, so... Vic. I don't know what... Surely calling the musicians is incorrect. So if this is wrong, it means we have to do something else first. I don't know what we could possibly be doing, but... Vic... I mean, the fact there's more grandiose music here makes me think I guess it's correct, somehow? Maybe it is song time. I don't really know how you're meant to... Oh. Ah, does this call everyone to the musician's place? To worship them? So I guess we're meant to figure it out by being like, oh, they're guarding it, and probably the guards, I forgot to talk to them, but they probably said something like, it's not yet time to worship the musicians. Okay, so I assume this allows us to pass. Okay. Are there any other words which we need to translate still? We said that. I have no idea where we even found out what this is. But okay. Okay. Should have spoken to them again to realise what they said. Whoa. Instrument build. Okay, so that's build. We know build. It's this one. We know fear as well. Song. I guess that's probably this one, right? Because that's what we saw in the thing. Instruments build songs. Make or create music. Fear. Okay, nothing else to interact with except for this. The instrument creates music. So there's no way that's monster. It's not ward, we tried it. So we... What? So we think this is protect or worship? Or call, maybe? It's probably this isn't musician, then. This probably isn't a musician. I didn't think about that. I don't know what else it would be, but... I'm thoroughly confused about this. Hello, Owl in Space. Nice to meet you. To meet you nice. In the infamous words of Bruce Forsyth. In Price is Right. We're playing some Chants of Sennaar right now. We're trying to translate a language which doth not exist. Reach the garden. Whoa. This place is pretty. Wait, we didn't finish translating the other language, right? Oh my gosh, this is like Arabic. I have no idea what on earth this structure is, but... Oh, this is going to be difficult. Okay. Warriors don't pass, musicians pass. Okay, and I assume that's what this is over here. I don't think we're meant to be here yet. Wait, I need to look at this again. So this is probably the plural. Warriors don't pass. It's probably this thing. guess this is a negation? Which leaves this one to be go. What's wrong? Like, we think this is plural. Yeah, but hold on. This must... How is this wrong? This must be a negation, because it's the only one which appears in this entire thing, right? Both of these appear. So it could be actually these are switched. Maybe this isn't the plural. Maybe this is the plural. Okay. And this is musician. I don't think we're meant to be here yet, because we have not translated the rest of the language. But... I don't know. This feels incorrect to me. And we also didn't figure out the mystery of a treasure. So, I don't know if we... I don't know if this is a thing where we're meant to like go back and forth between this place and the next place, or... This doesn't feel right to me, though. Oh well, let's we'll just keep going forward for now. We can backtrack later, I suppose, if we find a teleport point, if anything. It's very nice to have a sort of like a bright and colourful area again, though, isn't it? The sort of brutalist structure of the greys we had before were a little bit much. A lot more creative freedom here, it seems. But how are we going to learn about any of the warrior's language from here, though, is my problem. Oh gosh. So, okay, so interesting. This language has modifiers which surround the entire thing. I assume this must be like a hello? This is some sort of modifier. Maybe like a question. Maybe it's a question mark. I don't know what this is. We don't know what that might be. Whoa. Not something. Whoa. Something about warriors. Warriors, okay. I don't think we're meant to be here yet. Well, I mean, I think we can be here. It's nice to know that you don't actually need to know the entire language to get through, but... I don't want to leave stones unturned. I don't want to go on to the next world when we haven't done all we can in the previous world, you know? It doesn't feel right to me. Especially when we have that treasure room. What is that treasure room for, then? Wait, hold on a minute. Is there something down here? No, okay. It just don't make sense to me. Because it really felt like this would have been the last word you would have translated. So there's somewhere in this place we should have learnt what the word for wall is, and we should have found one more context clue for how to translate a different word. Because we don't have enough... Oh my gosh. We don't have... We've only got 3 of these, which we can do. There must have been another place for us to learn. I might be wrong about this, so maybe we learn it in the musician's place, but it seems like we're sort of more like disparate, if anything. We're sort of like separated from each other. So I can't imagine it is. Like, we know for that must be the musician. I'm so shocked that this isn't any of them. There's no way this is a monster. Okay. Just like, this should be wall. How is it not wall? I can understand it being called as well, but it's not called. It's not protect or worship either, which is even more confusing. Unless this means like, what does this mean? This is like the place they live in currently, isn't it? So I must assume there's something in the treasure room which we didn't figure out. Also the scientist. Yeah, wait, we never did the constellations in the observatory. So there's definitely still some things which we haven't done yet. I wonder if this place is now empty and there's no guards to talk to. That'd be interesting, but I can't imagine this game would make it impossible to get the sheet. Oh. Yeah, I guess we called them all there and we didn't see what that actually does. But maybe now we can actually explore much more sort of freely, because presumably everyone has congregated for whatever ceremony or thing is going on. Which would be nice. Yeah, so we can have a... Okay, so presumably we can now go back and forth without having to worry about guards. The warriors wait for the call of musicians. The monsters wait for death. And this person says, okay. Okay. The fact that we can actually explore freely now is probably quite liberating. Because presumably there's no one here anymore. And it drops the crystals for like... these crystals will be ones where it's like you must know. You must have these to learn what the words are. Warrior, lay your weapon. Warrior, march. Okay, we know that one. But where can we find out what we're doing with these relics and that sort of thing? It's got to be something to do with a scientist, but we've not seen the scientist as a thing. We've only seen his observatory. And we've seen that it's somewhere... Oh! We must be looking. I forgot. We probably from this treasure room, we should have tried to look for the thing which fits inside a telescope. Let's not go this way to the treasure room. I don't know why I'm taking the long way around. Because I want to take the elevator, so then I can take the elevator back up again. I did not think about that. That's why it kept rejecting every single thing we tried to interact with, is because I need to find the one which is the thing which fits inside the telescope. And probably then we can have the final things to translate. Okay, there we go. We're tying up the final pieces together. I say, not having done it yet, so I don't actually know if that's a solution. But... that makes sense to me. That makes sense to me. And it gives a plausible explanation of everything that's going on. So over here we need to find a thing which fits inside. It looks like it's this thing here. The telescope. I think it's that one. Yeah, that looks right to me. So go 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we move this. Once over, twice over. Nope. Oh, I could have actually just selected this to begin with. And then go up. We're doing it. We're doing it. We're solving the puzzle, everyone. Then we grab this. There we go. Because this is what we need. It's got scratches on it, this lens. I don't know what looking up at the sky or the stars is gonna do for us, but presumably something useful. I assume it's going to give us the last 2 books of a language which we need to translate. Oh, sorry, my neck hurts. Give it a bit of massage. Okay, so that was in this direction, wasn't it? It'd be cool to be able to actually see what they're doing in their sort of like aggregation. Aggregation's the wrong word. Congregation area, you know? It'd be very cool to see. I mean, I can't imagine it makes much sense, because they'd all sort of like congregate in that square, being like, oh, we're having like a... not assembly, that's maybe a bit sort of like scholastic. But They're all sort of congregating area being like, oh, we sounded alarm for like worship of the musicians, but who did it? You know, who's leading the sermon? And no one knows the answer. But now we can look up for the stars. And what are we going to see? I don't know. Someone's just written like the words in the sky. Oh, we see the constellations. What? Highly unuseful. We already knew this. Okay, so I guess that's how you put together what those things are, to be fair. That's how you're meant to make the leap from the vessel dots to the constellations. Okay, fair enough, fair enough. So this must not be treasure. Or something, right? I'm just surprised we haven't got the page for... Like, we're missing a double page spread. But we've seen all of these in action. I guess we haven't seen this one used that much. So there must have been some dialogue I missed or something earlier. Or some sort of written word somewhere. So we're going to have to do a lot of backtracking. The least fun part of exploration is all this backtracking, but there's something I missed somewhere, which is meant to give us the pages, presumably. Okay, we can't go around there. Can't go there. It must have been something from early on, then. Because I feel like because those are the only places we haven't been to for ages. That makes sense. The Warriors are waiting for the call of a musician, and we did record of a musician. That's why they all sort of ran away. That does make a lot of sense. That does make a lot of sense. Carry the weapon. Push the monsters. Protect or worship the musician. What's this one? The same thing? Why did you give me two of these? Why push the monster? And then that person just yells out Warriors duty. Okay, so there must be must have been something earlier on I missed or forgot. I'm not sure what it could be, to be honest. I'm sort of just like, I wonder if this is a fruitless endeavour. Backtracking so much to try and find the stuff. I don't remember what was this way. Warriors wait, and then Warriors march, maybe? I don't remember what these stairs went to. Warriors push monsters is such a strange turn of phrase. It's a lift that went downwards. I don't think that's useful for us though. I don't remember where it goes, but can't go this way. I'm a little bit confused. My bitrate's in the red. What did I miss? Is this just going outside again? I think I'm backtracking too far. It wouldn't have been this far backwards, right? But it's also been a long while since we seen some of these words been used. Okay, yeah, so this is a transition back to World 1. What am I missing? Where should I go? Does anyone know the answer to this? Does anyone have any ideas? Let's go back here. Let's check out where this goes again, because I genuinely don't recall. What's this do? What's this red button do? What? This doesn't do anything anymore. Okay. I was meant to rotate the statue. A warrior carries a duty. But these are all words we know. This again is stuff we know already. Oh. Monster? Protect. So this is musician. What the heck is that thing then? The chosen. Impure. Protect. Okay. So it was actually quite early on. So that's not musician. This is call, I guess. That is wall. Or fortress, maybe. Yeah, fortress treasure. Call. This feels like you completed a translation of a warrior's language. Da 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 da. That feels like a misleading image for call. And I also can't believe that we're meant to turn the statue this entire time. I don't even remember I feel like I remember interacting with that wheel. But I don't remember what I did. I probably just went, I don't know what I did. Okay, well, either way, I'm glad that we did it. And I'm glad that my suspicions were correct. And there was still stuff left to uncover for the language. Yeah, the lever's a little bit hidden there compared to the wheel. There's a hint button if you really need it. No, absolutely not. I refuse. Conceptually, theoretically, pragmatically, ontologically, that doesn't even make sense, but this concept of a button. A button shall not divide me. A button shall not dictate. Wait, the impure ones wait death. The warriors await the call of the chosen ones. Why do they have the call of the chosen ones just be the bells, you know, ringing? That's what I'm confused by. We're like, we're waiting for the herald of the chosen ones to call us so we can cleanse the world of the impure. And the call of the chosen ones is signified through these 5 bells, which we set up. They didn't do it. And it's these exact 5 pictures. I don't really get it, but you know, they can do whatever they want. I just gotta say, I can't believe that like I've discovered this so late, to be honest. But these are like some really cute impures. Look at them. It's just like, it's like having fun. So sweet. Okay, I see. Nice. We did it though. And now we can move on to the musician's land. Or the chosen one's land, I assume. I wonder who's above the chosen ones. But now the language is getting a bit harder because now they're like writing in cursive, where everything is joined together by that one line. But they're a nice beauty. of it starting a process all over again. And very much despite the fact we haven't quite reached 2 hours, I'm not going to spend the next 5 minutes delving too deep into musician Spain. We should probably save that for next time. But that's good progress, we did it. Achievements, how many, wait, let me look at the achievements. How many other achievements are there? Where do I even see achievements? Here we go. We haven't even validated half a game's clip, so there must be, there's 12 hidden achievements as well. So there must be, at least 6 languages. That's a lot. So that means there's 3 layers above the musicians, which is crazy to think, but... Let's try and find a good stopping point. Like a transition to like a next screen or something. Or like a save point or a teleport point. Hello. Oh, you don't care about me? Right, fair enough. What about you? Okay. Apparently we're meant to know words already. Wow. I don't know how we're meant to know this. So clearly something you say. So it's got to be one of these two. Maybe you're saying I love my reflection, I love me? Oh my word. You know what? We'll save us all for next time. Who knows what's going on? Hopefully my brain will be more worked up. Revved up and ready to go next time. But good progress. Warriors. Language solved. I like these drawings though. But for now, we'll take a 5-minute break. And when we come back, we'll be drawing the thumbnail art for May. I have no idea necessarily what thematics I'm going to be doing. But that is something for us to discover. Sorry, I just need to like quit out of here. And then we'll decide for ourselves once we get there, and then I don't know. We'll just sort of see what happens from that. Anyway, 5-minute break. Hello again, everyone. Hope we had a nice 5-minute break. Had a stretch, had a walk around, ate a banana. Sorry, where's my title screen? I get really confused looking at my sources for OBS because I don't understand what I'm looking at. Oh my gosh, am I seeing double? 2 dear darlings. Yeah, but now we're coming to May. We gotta have a new thematic for the thumbnail art. I see, Freddie, you left some suggestions. Scamps, Mermaid, and Eurovision. I don't really know what scamps means, but Mermaid's interesting. I feel like I associate mermaids more with summer months than I do with May necessarily, but that's an interesting idea. The things I was thinking of is we should do something floral, I suppose, but maybe that's probably again overlapping too much with March. What else is May known for? Eurovision's a really interesting idea as well, but oh, Scams is referring to a little devils in the book in the game. Okay, that makes more sense. I was just like, what does that mean? Okay, May. What if I just search May? Let's see what comes up. There's a lot of flowers. There's a lot of springtime things. There's Pokemon. There's Guilty Gear. Okay. Hot air balloons. May Day. That's an interesting one. I don't really know much about May Day though, despite the fact that it is celebrated in UK sometimes. I feel like I do want to do mermaids, but I think I want to save that for one of the summer months because that feels more summery to me. But May is just very all floral. I do so many other. Well, we could do something flowery. What happens in May? What is May known for? April showers, May flowers. It's true. I suppose we do have to complete the saying we've done, as we did the rainy season for April. Okay, you know what? Let's keep it basic for now. It's literally the third, I guess, thumbnail art. Let's not overcomplicate things here. So what sort of floral thing could we do? That is the question. We've of course got like a flowery thing. Okay, let's get some thumbnailing out in here. I did rough sketch, but rough sketch is incorrect. We should start with thumbnails. Thumbnails. Lily of the Valley and Hawthorn are May birth flowers. Interesting. I don't really know what Hawthorn looks like now I think about it, but Lily of the Valley I could do. Okay, let's think about what sort of framing we got. What framing options do we want to necessarily work with? We could have... I'm just trying to think of something interesting, because I've done like a lot of flowery-esque art things before. Spring fairies, that's a really cool idea actually. You know, I'm kind of digging that. So like I'm thinking like a Thumbelina-esque sort of thing. Like a very tiny D. I'm just trying to think what sort of pose would make sense. Got like this. She's like holding I was gonna call it a jump love. That's not what we got. A dandelion clock. That sort of thing around her arm. Fairy wings. Just something like this. That's not how legs work. Maybe like a little splash. To be like, this is the water left after the April showers. Or we'll just have like big like... Well, it could be over a pond, I guess. Maybe that makes more sense. And like a mushroom, you know, something like that. Big old lily pad. Ripples of water. I don't quite like this perspective, but that concept is kind of nice. What else could we do? I think we could have... I don't want to do another central themed one, but maybe like one of... Oh, it's like house... lounge jazz or something. Like a budding flower which sort of like peeling away for the inside. She's sort of like getting ready to see the, well, you know, like out of like a cocoon or something. Sun shining. Field of like tulips or something. It's an interesting idea. It's a bit less dynamic though, which is, I'm not like too huge a fan of it right now. We could have like a combination instead of reminds me of learning that bees sleep in flowers. That's a really cute idea. We could have like as you say, a top down into one. So maybe she's like curled up here sleeping. Kind of looks like she might be deceased though, so which is not exactly the impression I want to give. So we'll make it look like she's not deceased. But this is like a flower bed. It's a very sort of central themed aligned one again though. Let's come up with a fourth concept. 4 thumbnails. Why don't we have one where she is, I think one where she's more casually sort of sitting down, or no, not like sitting down, lying down like this. I'm gonna hate drawing this perspective though. Where she's like reaching out to, I'm trying to think how this pose would go. Something like this, and it would be like she's on a flower like that, and she's sort of like kicking her legs up like this. This is a flower going down like that. Maybe it's dandelion fluff sort of like fluttering about. Like from over here. I don't mind this pose. I don't like this framing of it though. Flying with a swarm of butterflies or something you can reject all ideas, by the way. It's always nice to have like sounding boards of things to go off of. I kind of like this pose. I don't like this framing. That's probably how I describe it. We got to iterate upon this. Can't spend too long doing a sketch, but for ideation. We might do a combination, I think, of some of these. This one I think is interesting, but I'm not vibing with it right now. I think maybe a combination of these two might be interesting. Sort of like a fairy tale-esque thing where she's sort of like gazing out of her window, quote quote, which is I guess a flower. So maybe instead of like leaning out like this, she's got this pose from it. And maybe the flower opens up a little bit more than this. Maybe it's like a... What's a very sort of like cup-shaped flower? Yeah, okay. I think that's what we'll go for. We'll go for a sort of weird combination. Not weird combination. That's perhaps a bit unnecessarily rude. Do I want it this way or do I want it flipped? That's a good question, actually. I feel like I kind of like it better this way, which is rare because most of our thumbnails I always draw with the idea that we're gonna have like the title and the numbers here, so they're always like facing this way. So we're actually going to draw something facing this way for once. I'm just going to think how to block this out even. It's going to be strange. Okay, so start with a head. figure out where the head's looking. Which should be slightly upwards. That's not upwards. Slightly upwards. Is vague eye placements. Okay. And I guess the neck's sort of like outstretched like this slightly. Now I need to think how this would work posing wise. The neck, I guess, is like this. Because of course one of the most fun parts of doing these thumbnails is coming up with the outfit idea. So I don't want to block her off entirely. She's also not this busty. I kind of want her like face resting on her hand though. In a sort of like very casual way, but the thing is, it's gonna block off so much of a thing unless I do it with the left hand. So I guess I'll have to do it with the left hand. I have an image of head. No, I read it wrong. I have an image of my head of fairies waking up from a tulip or something and using dewdrops to wash or make tea or something. Must be from an animation. It does sound sort of Fantasia or Disney-esque or something. Like Tinkerbell probably does that or something. Actually, instead of maybe hand on cheek, because that unfortunately doesn't translate very well to animal faces because you actually just can't see the hand most of the time. Maybe like a hand under chin might be a bit better. Oh, I'm doing Control Alt, and I was like, that's not undoing anything. I think I want her to be leaning even more forward, to be honest, so it should probably be something like this. Then what would his hand be doing? Something like this. It's a bit of a big arm right now, I'm not gonna lie, but that's right, we can shrink it down. That's what a rough sketch is for. Whoa. Sick beat. And it's sort of like she's... You're not going to see this part, but I'm just doing it so I actually know what pose she's doing. Because I guess this will kind of be like where the flower is. What flower is it? I don't know, to be honest, but something with it. Maybe like a lily, I guess. I guess lilies don't really point directly upwards, though. I guess you can see part of it, right? Not. It's like we had to show as much of D as possible while it still makes sense. I guess we could do it like this, actually. And then it would just go down like that. I think that makes kind of sense. I think it needs to be probably shifted down a little bit. Actual D, get out of here. Something like this. I guess it's kind of like a... Yeah, I guess it is kind of like a perfectly. I don't know. Fodine, you tend to know flowers, right? Is there a flower which looks like this? Like a lily but turned up vertically rather than horizontal? It doesn't have to be star-shaped, I just kind of made it star-shaped. Something like this. Whoa, that's such a weird... Oh, I thought it was called Flowers, the song. It's not, it's called Flows. I was like, that's such a weird, like, noise ad there. I guess we can have her, like, tilted forward a little bit. And let's make her bigger, because obviously Dee is the star of the show. She's meant to be all you see. I guess it could just be a lily. It just, like, looks a bit like this. And then I think we'll do dandelion seeds drifting through the wind. And then the other flowers in the background can just be like... So you cheat a bit and you just do shapes like this to make it seem like a... Okay, get rid of these thumbnails. Don't need to focus that much on these sort of shapes, but I guess there should be grass as well, now I think about it. So we'll probably have like some grass blades. If I come up, that sort of like whip about in the wind. And then vague flowers blurred into the background. We'll just draw them as stars for the moment, otherwise we'll be here forever. I think it should probably be maybe a bit more down like this, maybe a bit more twisted. Balloon flower. I always notice them because I love purple blue ones at the moment. Campanula lataloba. Thank you, thank you. Oh, you know what? Let's look up some balloon flowers right now. Balloon flowers. Ah, here you go. Perfect. The perfect flower. Okay, I think this works. Maybe this flower should be a little bit bigger. I'm not sure if it looks convincing enough that it would actually hold D. It doesn't need to realistically be big enough, but it just needs to plausibly be big enough. Just make it a bit more oversized like that. With a sort of very wistful look. Yeah, I think this can work. Probably give her more interesting fairy wings, but that works for now, I think. And we can have a sun just sort of shining down like this. As we have, I guess, other sort of things fluttering about in the wind. In the distance. To give a sense of movement. You know. Follow these lines of actions. We're sort of funneling thing up to the sun. Okay, there we go. Let's get rough. Let's get a refined sketch going. Okay, we'll bring D back. Bring over here. Put all of these in here. The roughs. Rough. Should this be tilted upwards, maybe her head a bit more? No, I think that's a bit too much. If anything, maybe we should tilt it down a bit. Not so much so it's being tilted down, but so it's like she's sort of resting on her hand a bit more. Makes it feel a bit more dreamy, doesn't it? Okay. So let's turn down the size of our sketching brush. Just an ickle bit. I feel like I always start with a snout, for whatever reason, when I'm drawing. D especially. I don't know what about it makes it feel like it's the easiest place to start, but... I do want to raise it up a little bit. Like, I want to have that slight head tilt in. Because again, that sort of gives a very sort of pondering feel to it. And I think we can help show that perspective by the nose being just a little bit smaller on that side. So it actually does realistically sort of curve around a bit. I like filtrum area and then small smile. As maybe I should bring up the one I did last time as well as a reference with D. It's probably the most recent drawing I've had of D. Oh, but it's from the back, I forgot, so it's not very good ear perspective. I always like never quite think about how I want to draw these ears properly and the head shape. I do want to do this slight sort of... I don't know what it's called when you smile like this eye smile. And then we can actually make it even feel more fairy-like by having a very exaggerated curl in these eyelashes, I think. It does need to follow the range of motion, thank you very much, though, dear darling. Make your eyes a little bit bigger, why not? Make it feel more sort of insecty. Oh. Raise it up a little bit. Probably shorten the snout / drawish area. And I think I do want to bring this in a tiny amount. Wonderful. As we have a sort of spiky, fluffy hair going backwards. Probably round this out a little bit as well. I don't want to do a flower crown though, again, seeing as we literally just did a flower crown. So I guess maybe we'll do like antennae. That might be kind of cute. Cute. Nice sense of whimsy, thank you. Probably a bit too big for the ear. That's probably a bit too small. We need baby bear. We need things to be just right. And actually we can make it even feel more insecty by doing something like that. That's not how it is work. What am I doing? Okay, nice. Get sort of like slender ears with a curl at the end going. Maybe like this. Get that and bring it out probably a little bit. I think it's too closed up at the moment. I think this one actually might be a bit big as well. I want to sort of twist it out there. But get those muscular structures going on the ears. It's probably a bit too low down for the chin, actually. Sorry, not chin, the cheek. Might be a bit too square. So let's bring it up a little bit. That doesn't look right either. Maybe it needs to be longer. Maybe I made it a bit too short. Actually, I think this also goes in just a bit too much. It's too long. That's not how mouths work. At some point I need to think about what she's wearing. You know, look up like files. Sprite or fairy outfits, I guess. Your shoulder going up, why not? A little bit of muscle as we follow through. Something like that. I think that finger is a bit too long, but something like that. I think that's probably a bit too high up now I'm looking at it, but probably benefit from widening it out a little bit like that. It can still be raised, it can still be raised a little bit, but that close makes it feel sort of stiff, if anything. Bring the arm down here. It's going to be difficult, I think, to get her hand on her shoulder. Her hand like this. So I think we're going to have to actually raise our hand up. This will have to be wherever end of it goes. Hidden behind his other arm, I guess. And it'll be like this. Maybe she can have like a pinky out. Just like a very sort of delicate hand pose. Well, I guess this makes it feel a bit more sort of like playful, if anything. This hand is too small, though. What, she got anime hands? Oh, it's not the hand it's too small, it's the fingers are too small. Actually, now look at it. It needs to be like wider. Just redraw it, come on. How do I do this hand pose? Actually, now I think about it, that pinky doesn't even make sense. It's flawed from the beginning. It's an impossible pose. Okay, this is the palm. There we go. Less impossible pose. Hopefully. That's a bit low down. I want to do this. Let's just lower her head a bit. We'll cheat a little bit. Hello, MSMX. Yeah, no worries. Lurk to your heart's content with the chill out section of a stream. We're drawing. I think his mouth might be a bit low down as well, actually. Maybe his shoulder's a bit too far out as well. Sort of shift that back along. I think the shoulder I've also overcompensated now, and also should be a bit closer. Okay. Now, chest like this. Body out like this. She's probably going to be wearing a skirt, so I don't really think you'll see any of this stuff, but get the lines going. So we get the thigh area down here. Get my body shape. What is going on over here? What have I done? Sound like this. Last one is at best time. That's fair. Like, I think it does work out better for. I assume you're in one of the American time zones. I don't actually know that for certain, but I think it does end up working out a lot better for people in America. But it was a very last minute one, mainly because I was not available on Sunday. Maybe one day in the future there'll be more streams at more reasonable times for people to be able to watch, but unfortunately at this moment the weekend is all I can really do properly. Not say that I couldn't do. Well, I don't know. Two streams a week is probably too much for me to juggle at ATM. But who knows? Times may be changing in the future. Yeah, West Coast. Okay, fair enough. It's like, so I probably start at like 6 or 7 a.m. for you, right? Wait, is it 8 hours behind is West Coast, or is it 7 hours behind UK? Oh, it's somewhere around there. I apologise. Well, I guess there's not really much to apologise for. It's just more of a, just more of the fact that we live in different places, isn't it? But it's not, honestly, it's fantastic that you still managed to join, even if it's towards the end of the things. with streams. And the VODs are still always going to be here, of course. As I'm deeply appreciative of the fact that you still wake up early in the morning on a Sunday to tune in. That's not how you draw feet, by the way. Don't draw feet like that. I never actually thought about if deer would have hooves or not. Huh. Have I ever drawn her feet? Does anyone know this? Someone go look through all the thumbnails and tell me if I've ever drawn Dee's feet, because I actually don't know. I'm going to give her feet because I don't really know how to draw hooves. I barely know how to draw feet. So... it's probably far too difficult. I feel like you have drawn feet, but I don't know. I feel like I have as well, but I can't think of a thumbnail where I have. Also, her head is like way too big. I've just looked at this. Shrink it down a little bit. Wearing shoes? I must have done. I can't think of an example, but I must have done. I don't want to, of course, break the canon law of DeerDarling, or Dee herself. I think how outraged people would be like, what? Dee has, actually, Dee has who? You drawn Dee with hooves here, but she actually has feet as portrayed in the thumbnail art for Babbers You. Hooves would be so fairy-like. You're so right. I don't know how to draw hooves. What do hooves even look like? You know what? We're just gonna leave it as feet. Let's not overcomplicate things. Someday I'll learn how to draw hooves. Feet in Okami. Oh, there you go. That was one of the more recent ones as well, so you would have thought I'd remembered it, but I did not. Give it a slight waviness as petal. So I'll have the other one cross up, I think, like this. You might be like, you're not at all sticking to your rough sketches. Yeah, it's because I kind of wanted to rotate the flower a little bit more. It's just part of a course to not stick to your rough sketch. I just made it smaller again, didn't I? Make the flower bigger. Bigger. Okami, yes. Also shoes and some other thumbnails. So true. I need like a law keeper or something. Canonically, what has Dee interacted with and not? Oh gosh, that's not how you move things. I wonder if I could name all the thumbnail arts I've drawn. It's like off the top of my head. I don't think I could, to be honest. I'm pretty sure I'd missed quite a few. If she has fingernails, would she also paint her hooves? That's a good question. If you're a hooved creature. I mean, she canonically, I guess, has fingernails because she does have painted fingers in quite a few thumbnail arts. Would she paint her entire hoof? That's a good question. Has anyone done that with horses? I don't know. I need to like turn down this opacity. This is too high now. I can't see what's going on. Probably. Like, is it part of? Are there like? I know there are horse shows, but I'm like, are the horse shows like dog shows versus like you got to paint red hooves? Little Nightmares 2 and Beacon Pines look more hoof-like though. Uh-oh. That's probably true. But they were definitely barefoot, the Little Nightmares ones, weren't they? An overfoot cannon is falling apart. No, no, the inconsistencies. I should have done a reference sheet. Okay, let's see. Okay, those are pretty human-looking feet. Oh yeah, it's more hoof-like in Beacon Pines, because I think in Beacon Pines the character had like hooves for feet. Most of the time it's just shoes though. Or you can't see it. Oh yeah, those do look quite hoof-like. You know, so true. Okay. It looks like what I've done is I've made it like these full toed things, like that. So it's not quite the full, I don't know what the entire structure of like a hoofed foot is called, where it's got like that ankle part as well, but you know what, you're right. I'm gonna put these toes in then. The hoofed toes. Like a goat foot, more like. Sure. Pet safe ones for dogs and cats. Okay, that makes sense. Okay, make his hand a bit wider as we start to twist it. What do deer feet even look like? I genuinely no clue. But now we need to figure out some clothing. We do have that split foot, so it does sort of work. Yes! Saved! Saved! We did it! We did it, everyone! The foot cannon is saved! Sorry, I just like blew into my microphone. Okay, so what sort of outfit should we do? That is, of course, a big question. I am going to do, I'm just going to sort of make it up. We'll sort of just vibe with it and see what happens. So I want it like a pseudo capelet thing. Do you got to go back to her coming redo the feet now though? Absolutely not. We'll just say that's her Amaterasu's form. Do we want a boob window? Nah, doesn't really make sense, does it? Probably I do want the, I don't know what it's called when it has a sort of this thing. Not that you can really see most of it, but still. That's also not right at angle for the waistline. And then I guess we want a skirt to sort of and be like a flower, right? It's gonna be really awkward down here though. I was like, how's that gonna work? Maybe she'll just be wearing shorts or something, I don't know. Her hip, her like torso looks too long now. I'm looking at it. This part needs to be up higher, doesn't it? I'm trying to think, how does this work? It would be like this. Okay. Would it be like that? Maybe. Hold on. How does anatomy work, everyone? Horse nail spinal service. I think they can use it to protect and create high visible roads. Okay. Might do the same thing for elephant toe things. That's a fair point. So I guess I want things to look a bit cutesy. I want to do it like this to sort of mimic like insect wings, I guess. So I guess we'll do it two-layered as well. And then she'll just be wearing shorts. I don't think shorts really make sense with this sort of top now I think about it, but whatever. We're revolutionising the fashion industry. It's quite high-waisted, I guess. I guess we'll put like a beltish thing on. One piece saved. This would be a crazy one piece off shoulder, like halter top. Yeah, it is obviously fine. It's just I need to keep a consistent shape language throughout this. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm probably going to make this more frilly. I should make it more like bloomers, I guess, if anything. Fancy fashion doesn't need to make sense. It doesn't need to make sense, but it does need to be cohesive. Otherwise, it's not really ascribing by laws of fashion, in a sense. I mean, of course, you know, it goes with the same rules of art, you know when to break rules and that sort of thing. But, I'm not going to willy-nilly toss out ideas of consistency of shape to be like, oh yes, I can just ignore this, you know. Fair? Yeah, that's right. No, I'm joking. Yeah, fair. Yeah. Good point, me. Good point. So I think also I'd probably make this a little less. I'll probably make this part like quite sharp, and then underneath I'll do the ruffles, seeing as that's the sort of thematic we got going on. And probably we'll get rid of this lace thing. I don't think it makes sense here. We'll just keep it like that. Talking about this head shape also doesn't make sense. Maybe this eye's too big and too high up. Or maybe this eye needs to extend across a bit more. Actually, maybe this eye needs to be a bit higher up. I can never get the head to look right, you know? You know what? I think that this eye might be too high up. Is that it? Yeah, that looks a bit better. And now I've moved it too far out. This needs to move back in again. It's impossible to get this head shape right. No, that looks worse. Okay. What am I going to do for her headpiece? And I guess I said I was going to do like antenna-esque things. I was trying to think how to make it work, to be honest. Something like that. So I guess I'm not really making a butterfly, I'm kind of making it like a ladybird? I don't really know. Okay, I think that looks fine. Maybe let's actually bring that up a little bit. She has some eyeshadow on, you know. I don't think I gave her makeup in the last one. 8 minutes, okay. What did I do last time for the sketch? Did I do the values? Or did I not? For the first week? I did do values, okay. But let us have a quick sketch of foreground stuff and a quick sketch of background stuff. Just so we have something to work with. Ah! I got rid of my layer. What am I doing? I didn't label this one. No, it's going to be so confusing. Background. Put a few flowers in because I can't be able to draw that many flowers. It's just a load of grass. There'll be some flowers, I'm sure, here and there, but they'll be all blurry anyway, so you can't even see them. And I guess it's part of the foreground, isn't it? Okay, turn off a rough. What else do I need to put? I need to put like sun rays in, probably. And in the background, I'll put small things sort of fluttering about, like petals or something, with a breeze. Put some clouds in, just a little bit, not a huge amount. Okay, nice. And then values. Where's my brush? Dense watercolor. That's not what I wanted. I wanted opaque. Okay, now it's obviously too dark. I guess this one in general will be quite light, won't it? So we'll have a sort of lightness coming down from above. Obviously these clouds are going to be super light compared to everything else. Radiant virtue. The League of Legends item. So we have some sort of like blades of grass just go up like this. And we have much darker ones in the foreground, just a bit blurrier. Should turn down that hardness so it actually can be kind of blurry. Let's make the bigger ones much darker. Been considering drawing a void Sennaar, like a League of Legends void Sennaar, or is that just like a call of a void? Or I'm not sure what that is, but that sounds cool. I'd love to see it. Somewhat reminiscent of a Bug Fables design. You know what? Yeah, I guess that's true. There's very much an overlapping of aesthetics there. Who knew how many people have watched a Bug Fables Let's Play? Still probably like some of my most watched videos. Just because basically no one really covered Bugs Fables, I think, back in that time slot. The amount of people who can't find the mayor who have used my video is astonishing, I would say. The mayor and the tidal worm. Both very difficult things to find, as it turns out. Okay, then we'll have the flower be a little bit lighter, I think, than everything. Wendy can have a sort of slightly glowing face like this. I didn't do the inside of a fur there, but that's okay. We're just trying to get some values down. This part can be quite a bit brighter. Let's get this part, and then this part will be in shadows. It's not a shadow. That's a shadow. I guess that doesn't make sense. It should probably be quite bright wings, shouldn't it? Okay, then we do a bit of a clipping mask and just start erasing stuff which would not be seen. What else would not be seen? I can't think. Stuff here. All of his stuff here. All of his lines. Some of this needs to be erased as well. Oh, I need to sneeze. Ah! A tissue, a tissue. That probably needs to be erased. Ah! I erased too much. I guess I can just put it back in. That's kind of the whole point of a clipping mask, but... Okay. I think that's okay for the moment. Some darker values here. Some brighter values here. Probably a clipping mask on the background as well. Just so some of this stuff actually properly looks the part. Bright, radiant light coming down, and then we sort of just do dappled light about the place to make it look more mystically heavenly. Yeah, I think that's probably good enough for me, huh? Apparently everyone thought this was a bug fable. Well, everyone made the bug fable's connection, which makes sense. It's a very sort of similar aesthetic. I heard that they do plan to make bug fables too, but it's not going to be the next game they make. They're planning to make something else first. I don't know what necessarily, but so maybe bug fables 2 will come eventually. And then we write May. This is not dark enough colour. That is too dark a green. I don't know why I'm writing my M's like this. I never write my M's like this, but I like changing up my handwriting. Maybe we should put a slight stroke on it. Or maybe we should not, because it doesn't look great. I think probably what I'll do is I'll just put a faint brightness behind it. Just so it's readable. Or we can just move it into the corner like that. There we go. Week 1 done. It came out in 2019. How much longer are we going to wait? But again, there's been much longer wait times for sequels. I don't actually know what they're working on in the moment, if they are. That's just what I heard when I actually finished like playing through Bug Fables at that point. It's possible they actually really came out with something, and they are working on Bug Fables. So I don't know. What's the studio called? Like Moon Studios? Is that right? Moon Games? Bug Fables. Moon Sprout Games. That's it. Oh, we did. Oh, we made quite a few games. What on earth? Barbarian, Smelter, Lost Ruins, Astalon, Abomi? Ever tried? That looks like a cool game. Hold on. Open some of these games out. Maybe they're cool, maybe they're not. Loretta? I don't know. Oh no, but wait, hold on. This is an indie publisher based in Japan. Okay, so they didn't make these games. What? Bug Fables dev's second game? Is there a thing here? Or they scrapped it. Possible. Very possible. It says Moonsprout Games, but the Moonsprout Games on Steam is... Oh, I clicked Dangan Entertainment. Oh, I'm dumb. I clicked the publisher and I was like, wait a minute, this is the publisher, not the developer. Oh, it only redirects to the publisher. Okay, never mind. I guess they just don't have their own Steam page, so they probably haven't made whatever the sequel game that they want to make is yet. Anywho, I think it was a good stream today, everyone. Oh, I hear myself. I accidentally started my stream again. Steam sometimes lists same publisher lists, even when you click on developer. Makes sense, I guess. They probably don't have... No, probably the assumption is that they don't have another game, but otherwise it would have shown it. But... a big stretch, everyone. There you go, first week of May. What are we going to do next week? I don't know. I guess, I mean, obviously we've been doing more Chants of Sennaar. I don't know what to do with the first slot next week, we'll see. Maybe I'll start with a small game. Like, I think it's nice to put small games in there, which, so Chants of Sennaar is one which is more continuous, and then, you know, like Frog Detective would be a shorter one, which takes place at the beginning. Stuff like that. I don't know. We'll have to see what goes in there eventually. Maybe I will try the human benchmark thing. But for now, I think we'll round off the stream here, everyone. So, if you have been watching, thank you very much. It's been a stream. I do I need to see first? I'm DeerDarling, likes, comments, description, shares. I mean, that doesn't really make sense on Twitch. I don't know, follow, I guess, if you haven't already. I do have games on the list. The thing is, most of them are quite long, and I don't want to have like two longer series going on the streams. I want to have like the first section dedicated to much smaller, short jaunts. I forgot there was someone there was a viewer who made a game who was like, "Hey, do you want to like check out this game?" And I was like, "I would do it when I start streaming." I need to message them and figure out what their game is, and maybe I can play that next time. You know, I'm gonna write that down to do for myself. And hopefully I'll remember to do that. If I don't do that, then whoops. Yes. I immediately forgot what I was going to say. Oh well, anyway. Rounding off the stream this time. So, thank you everyone for joining. I hope you had a good time, and if you didn't have a good time, then I hope, you know, the rest of your day is good, at the very least. But, I hope we can see each other again. But for now, it's our farewell. So, until next time. Bye-bye for now. Bye-bye. Secret video. VOD. 5 seconds. Or 10 seconds. I gotta figure out this chat thing. There's no way it's meant to be this transparent, but whatever.